Would you like to make some money from the Bitcoin phenomenon without taking on too much risk? Want to profit from revolutionary change while still being able to sleep well at night? Like the idea of collecting safe, growing, passive dividend income from cryptocurrency? Then you have to check out today's video.
He is a best-selling author.
30-year-old Jason Fieber has a plan.
This guy retired at only 33 years old.
I don't know if I know too many people that have accomplished something like that.
He's really kind of a guru when it comes to passive income.
Before I get into today's content, please give us a big thumbs up if you find value in our videos. Helps us to get the word out and grow the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Bitcoin, Ether, cryptocurrency, blockchain. We're in a very interesting time as investors. It's also an exciting time. Now, I'm a businessman who invests in businesses. As a longtime dividend growth investor, I look for high quality companies that can pay reliable rising dividends because they're producing reliable rising profits. Think companies like Apple, Johnson & Johnson, and Pepsi. Using the dividend growth investing strategy to my advantage allowed me to retire in my early 30s. So no complaints here. Life is wonderful, but it gets better. Another great thing about this strategy is a lot of high quality dividend growth stocks are future proofing themselves. They're investing in areas like 5G, AI, automation, and you guessed it, cryptocurrency. While I don't know where this whole Bitcoin thing is gonna go, I will say that investors can expose themselves to new frontiers while still managing the risk and collecting safe, growing, passive dividend income. It's the best of both worlds. Today, I want to tell you about 3 high-quality dividend growth stocks directly exposed to cryptocurrency. Ready? Let's dig in. The first stock I want to tell you about is Bank of New York Mellon Corp, stock ticker BK. Bank of New York Mellon is the oldest bank in America, but don't let their age fool you. This custody bank is adapting to the 21st century. They announced in February 2021 they will begin to finance Bitcoin and other digital currencies. They'll allow digital currencies to pass through the same financial network it currently uses for more traditional assets like bonds and equities. While the opening of networks is sure to become more widespread, this bank gets an early mover advantage. Here's what Roman Riegelman, CEO of Asset Servicing and Head of Digital at BNY Mellon, said about the move, and I quote, "BNY Mellon is proud to be the first global bank to announce plans to provide an integrated service for digital assets," unquote. With or without this move though, I think the bank is a great long-term investment idea for dividend growth investors. It's just that this is icing on the cake and even more of a reason to be invested. I highlighted this stock back in December as an attractive long-term idea when the stock was around $40 a share. It's now over $50 a share and it could be headed higher with this smart move. Meanwhile, the stock offers a safe 2.4% yield with a dividend that's been consistently growing over the last decade. The 10-year dividend growth rate is 13.2%, and they'll likely be handing out a nice dividend increase this summer. The next stock is CME Group, Inc., stock ticker CME. CME is one of the largest exchanges for financial instruments on the planet. They've typically offered options, futures, and other derivatives contracts on things like stock indexes and commodities, and they've now moved into cryptocurrencies. They previously announced an exchange for options in Bitcoin, and then in 2020, they expanded that to futures contracts. They've most recently moved into Ether. CME is another case of old world meets new world. It's also another case of exposing yourself to some of these new areas of finance without taking on all of the direct risk, and you get a safe, growing cash dividend that you can reliably go out and spend anywhere you please, unlike some of these other currencies that are still being worked out. The company has been increasing its dividend for 11 consecutive years, and I think they're really just getting started. There's money to be made in these new financial instruments, and shareholders can profit from that. The stock only yields 1.8%, so it's not a huge income play, but the 10-year dividend growth rate is 14%. If some of these new exchanges work out even half as well as expected, there could be plenty more returns and growing dividends to come. Last but not least, let's talk about Visa Inc., stock ticker V. Visa is a credit card company that doesn't need credit cards because it's too busy printing money. Visa has been making money hand over fist for years by taking a small percentage of transactions that go through its network. The credit card game is highly lucrative, but Visa has upped the ante by leaning hard into cryptocurrency solutions. In March of this year, Visa announced a big crypto move. Digital currency has come to Visa's settlement platform. They announced that there have been the first transactions settled with Visa in USD coin, USDC, a regulated stablecoin backed by the US dollar and transacted over the Ethereum blockchain. One of the big things holding back cryptocurrencies is a move from a store of value to something that has transactional value. Visa is aiming to solve that. You know what else this solves? An investor's desire to be exposed to the future of cryptocurrency without sacrificing a desire to be invested in a real business producing real profits and paying out real dividends. Visa's yield of 0.6% won't knock you dead, but the 10-year dividend growth rate of 25% might. The stock has compounded at an annual rate of 30% over the last 10 years, turning a $10,000 investment into over $140,000 in a very low-risk way, complete with safe, growing passive dividend income. Look for plenty more where that came from. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give us a like if you did, and let us know in the comments what you think about these 3 dividend growth stocks exposed to cryptocurrency. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss out on new content. Also, take a look at the description box below for some important links, including the link to my personal stock portfolio. This 6-figure portfolio, which I call the Fire Fund, generates enough passive dividend income for me to live off of. It allowed me to retire in my early 30s. I've made my portfolio entirely accessible over at Patreon, and I also post alerts there whenever I buy or sell a stock. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm often invested in the same high-quality dividend growth stocks that I make videos on. Over the years, I've heard from thousands of investors who've been profiting from many of the same exact stocks that I own. So if you think this is something that you could benefit from as well, check the link in the description to see my portfolio and start getting my buy and sell alerts. I'll see you next time.